Dr. Salauddeen, thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful interview. And I mean, you've really said some thought-provoking, statement when you were giving your, your presentation.
Thank you.
I would first and foremost want to know exactly, some information about Nungu Business School, where you are a director. I want you to tell me what you do and as well who Nungu Business School for.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. The Nungu Business School, which I represent, is a business school. And the emphasis of the Nungu Business School is to provide business education in a way that is not done in conventional school.
Okay.
So what we try to do is to change the pedagogy of learning.
Okay.
And by changing the pedagogy of learning, we're able to bring practicality into the learning. So our major focus is on non-interest financing, which is Islamic financing, entrepreneurship, ethics, and leadership. So these are the bedrock that forms up Nungu Business School. And the school has focused in the last 5 years on development of a curriculum around postgraduate diploma in Islamic banking and investment. And last month we graduated the fourth set of graduates. Great. Yes, and at the same time we're able to introduce a new program, which is an advanced diploma in Islamic cooperative studies. So those are what we do for the academic program that we run. Okay. We also have the what you call the open enrollment program. Okay. The open enrollment program are 6. One of them is in corporate governance and structure. Yeah. It's a 1-week course, and we target the SMEs for that, so that we help them set up corporate governance and structure for SMEs. We also have the managerial leadership in sales and marketing. Okay. That is to say, how do you start to sell your products? How do you provide information about your product? We have that as well. Then we have the Sales Academy. We have the Entrepreneurship Academy. And the Sales and Entrepreneurship Academy are for 4-month program, which is also part of the open enrollment program. Then we have the Takaful Institute, where we provide learning around Islamic insurance. Okay. And so we do that as well. Then the last part of it is on fintech, on financial technology. Okay. So we provide opportunity for people who want to look at fintech and how we can include that into payment. Great. So that is what we do.
I think that's a great one, and you've really covered a lot of sectors. By just having all these things. This is great. Articulating from what you just said. What you do. Looking at what the state of the MSM is now in Nigeria and the data you gave. I would like for you to touch on that data again, that fewer MSMEs survive. And looking at the generational survival of businesses in Nigeria, also few survive. So what do you see as problem that these MSMEs are facing? Because you have really articulated what you teach MSMEs when they come to your institute. Yeah. So, what do you see and what can they do to be able to improve their businesses as well?
Okay. So in terms of MSME survival, we actually got a grant and we did a research on that. And it was from that research that I was actually quoting those numbers from. What the number has shown is that for MSMEs in Nigeria, micro, small, and medium enterprises in Nigeria, 50% of them do not see their first anniversary. So if you have a 10, by the time they're 1 year old, 5 of them are already gone. And of the 5 that are remaining, okay, about 90% of them will not see the next 5 years. This is as a result of a number of things. It's not just one particular specific thing. One of the things we've discovered is that some of the businesses cannot scale. They cannot scale. They can't scale beyond what the owners are actually put in place. So it continues to remain small. Meanwhile, the owner wants to grow bigger, and so the business can't scale with them. That is one part of it. The second part is that some people have gotten into entrepreneurship because they don't have anything to do. They don't have anything to do. So once they got a paid job, they sacrifice the entrepreneurship
And that is
for
gone.
it, and so the business is gone. So you also find instances where people find it difficult to manage early success. They start the business. In the first 2 years, the business becomes successful. They are happy with it. They can't manage the success. So the success now start managing them.
They become overwhelmed.
They become overwhelmed by the success. So you see somebody who has just started a small business, the business is 2 years old, and is going to buy a brand new car. He wants to live in a different part of town. And so he runs into trouble. Okay, there are also instances where we have seen natural calamities that have caused these businesses to die, like death. The owner dies, there's nobody that can carry on. There are ailments that have happened to people. People got sick, and so they are not able to move on. But beyond that, some business also are not able to manage expansion. So because they can't expand, the next thing they think of doing is that, how do I sell this business? I mean, we have a case in point with one of the businesses that was with us last week. We actually helped in incubating the business.
Okay.
We incubated this business. The business started showing sign of life, and it was becoming stable. But the manager, the owner of the business, cannot manage the business beyond its tiny business, and the business is already showing sign of growing. So he had no choice than to sell it to another big business. So at that point, it has to be taken away. So the business is gone, taken into another business again. So you find quite a number of issues. Yes, you can't rule out finances. There are also situations where they want to expand, but they do not have money to expand the business. And they can't source for money to expand the business. So this becomes a problem as well.
Okay, but I want to just single out time development, because being that what you've mentioned, either you can manage it, either the debt or something like that. I feel that from what you've mentioned, do you think that time also play a critical role?
Yes, it does. It does. There are businesses that you require incubation period. There are businesses that also has gestation period. And this gestation period, you have to go through the cycle before you can go. And some people don't have the energy. They don't have the stamina to wait. So if they don't have the stamina to wait for businesses that have long gestation period, then they have to drop by the roadside. So, I mean, what we're used to is that I want to buy groundnut from the market, fry groundnut from the market, take groundnut to the market and make money from groundnut. Unfortunately, some businesses are not like that. There are times where you have to put in so much before the business starts seeing the order of the day. So this gestation period, which you call time now, comes in, and they're not able to withstand that time. And so it comes to the demise of the business.
So patience is very, very important.
Very, very key. Very important.
Great. I think that will bring me to the last question.
Thank you.
I know before coming for this wonderful conference, you had a kind of a thought when you see the theme of the conference, just transitioning, and did you see it as something that Nigeria really needs now? Are we supposed to be looking towards this?
Yes, I think the theme of the conference is quite thoughtful. It portrays what we should be doing. It also shows that we need to move away from, we need to leapfrog from what we're doing before into a different realm, which for me, the theme actually encapsulates.
Great.
And the themes is one that is very motivational, and it shows that we need to start doing some things differently. We need to look at what we're doing before and say, okay, so we've aggregate this, we need to move to the next level. And so that's, for me, that's what the theme of this conference actually represents. And it makes me very motivational about it to say, okay, it's time to come.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for having you on this wonderful interview. I hope to have you again in
Thank you
another
very much.
interview.
I appreciate it.
So thank you so much.